Y'all, just when we thought the divorce rumors couldn't get any more shocking, there's a new player in this saga, none other than Jennifer Aniston. Yes, you heard that right. People are absolutely convinced that America's sweetheart might be the one keeping Barack's bed warm these days. I mean, can you even process this information?
For instance, like this is a magazine that came out a couple of weeks ago. In touch said the truth about Jen and Barack. Now,
that was of all the calls you get from your publicist where you're just like, oh no, what's it gonna be? Or the email saying, you know, some cheesy tabloid is gonna make up a story, and then it's that.
Yeah. Does your
I was not
publicist
mad
ever
at
go
it.
like, is there any truth to this? Or is it...
No, that is absolutely untrue.
Well, I know it's not true.
Yeah.
I just don't know if everybody knows.
Well, it is untrue.
Some people.
Now everyone's desperate to know what's really going on in Michelle's head about all of this. Has our former First Lady actually confronted Jennifer with a stern warning about staying away from her man? Or, and this is where it gets even more interesting, are these affair rumors just a smokescreen to distract us from those other whispers about Barack's alleged secret life? You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I was on a night out, had asked a limo driver if he knew anyone that would be interested in showing me around the town, and it was clear for the limo driver that I was looking for someone to enjoy the night with. The introduction was made through the limo driver.
And what happened?
We had a few drinks. I had made some comments about WARNS, so we got in the limo and left, and we started drinking. I started snorting. He started smoking. I actually put my hand on his knee and started to rub up his thigh, and I performed Barack Obama.
Let me tell you something. This is absolutely, positively not how the Obamas plan to make headlines in 2025. But here we are, diving deep into what might be the biggest political scandal of the decade. For those who haven't been keeping up, where have you been? These divorce rumors haven't just popped up overnight. They've been swirling around for months, actually make that a whole year. That Barack and Michelle's marriage is on the rocks. And things got even more suspicious when Michelle Obama started mysteriously disappearing from major events. I mean, her absence at former President Jimmy Carter's funeral? That was a huge red flag. Sure, her team tried to smooth things over with this explanation about her being on some extended vacation in Hawaii during the funeral. But come on, people, we're not that naive, are we? But wait, it gets even better, or worse depending on how you look at it. Michelle was also conspicuously absent from Trump's inauguration. And let me tell you, that absence spoke volumes. The internet practically exploded with theories and speculation. Even Barack's seemingly sweet birthday message to Michelle set off alarm bells for many people. Let me read it to you word for word because every single detail matters here. Happy birthday to the love of my life, Michelle Obama. You fill every room with warmth, wisdom, humor, and grace, and you look good doing it. I'm so lucky to be able to take on life's adventures with you. Love you. Now, social media detectives went into overdrive analyzing this message. First of all, they pointed out how weird it was that he just wrote "love you" instead of "I love you." And honestly, they might be onto something. But the real kicker? The photo he posted with the message. Picture this: Barack and Michelle sitting at opposite ends of this massive dining room table, their hands barely touching across this vast expanse. If that's not symbolic of their current relationship status, I don't know what is. But here's what really takes this whole situation to another level. We're not just talking about random internet gossip anymore. When someone like Meghan McCain starts talking, you know it's serious business. She went on this podcast with Tara Palmieri and dropped what might be the biggest bombshell yet. Listen to her exact words, because they're absolutely mind-blowing. I have been hearing this rumor that the Obamas are getting a divorce by reputable people. I'm not talking about TMZ. I'm not talking about Perez Hilton. Although I love him, he's my friend. I'm talking about very serious journalists telling me that they're hearing that the Obama rumors are true. Now let's talk about the Jennifer Aniston angle, because this is where things get really juicy. The whispers about something going on between her and Barack started circulating a few weeks ago, and they spread like wildfire. Before you knew it, major publications were jumping on the story. In Touch Weekly even devoted their cover story to it, with this explosive headline, "The Truth About Jen and Barack." And the details they revealed? Absolutely scandalous. According to their sources, Barack and Jennifer are practically obsessed with each other. Can you imagine how Michelle must feel about that? Sources say she's beyond jealous that Jennifer Aniston, of all people, is stealing away her husband's attention. Then we got this absolutely explosive article by Jessica Reed Krause, titled, "Insiders Predict an Obama Divorce Announcement Coming Soon." And she didn't just hint at things, she went all in, spilling every detail about this alleged affair with Jennifer. But what's really setting social media on fire is this mysterious X post from someone claiming to have insider information. Let me share exactly what they said, because it's absolutely mind-blowing. "He's with Jennifer Aniston. My old manager, now a friend, is connected to her inner circle. At a gathering with Jennifer's friends, the affair came up casually. Jennifer herself admitted it. They were sitting with a psychic, which makes it sound surreal, but it's definitely not a secret among her closest friends. If this turns out to be true, and that's a massive IF, we're talking about a political earthquake that would shake Washington to its core. But here's where the plot thickens. Jennifer has actually come out strongly denying these allegations. She even made an appearance on Jimmy Kimmel to shut down these rumors. But did it work? Absolutely not. The stories just kept making headlines week after week, with more and more people convinced there's something going on.
You know Barack Obama.
I've met him once.
Met him once.
I know Michelle more than him.
Is there a truth about you and Michelle that we should know?
That is not true.
Now, let me tell you why Jennifer finally decided to address these rumors again. This is fascinating, because it all ties back to her own painful experience with infidelity rumors during her marriage to Brad Pitt. An insider close to Jennifer spilled all the tea about her decision-making process. Initially, she was going to have her team either stay quiet or just give a simple, no comment. But then she had this realization. Staying silent would just make everything worse. According to this source, she decided to shut it down before it could get even more out of hand. And here's what makes Jennifer look even more genuine in all of this. She's not just thinking about herself. The insider revealed that while Jennifer has ignored countless rumors throughout her career, she spoke up this time because she was worried about Michelle. Can you believe how considerate that is? The source went on to share Jennifer's actual reaction to all this. She barely knows Obama, let alone is dating him. She told friends that after all these years of being in the spotlight, this has got to be the most bizarre piece of gossip she has ever heard about herself. She truly doesn't know how people come up with this stuff out of nowhere. More than being concerned about it, she's totally baffled. But Jen's upset for Michelle because she's seen stories about the Obama's marriage being on the rocks, and she knows firsthand what it's like to be at the center of stories like that. But let's rewind a bit, because these divorce rumors didn't just appear out of thin air. They actually started gaining traction back in 2023, when Michelle was promoting her book, The Light We Carry. During the promotional tour, she got surprisingly candid about the challenges in her marriage. She talked about how difficult marriage can be, even when you're completely in love and everything seems perfect on the surface. The real bombshell came when she opened up about their biggest marriage struggles. According to Michelle, the main issue was Barack's intense focus on politics, while she was left managing their daughters, Sasha and Malia, practically on her own. And those 10 years when their girls were growing up, she described them as pure hell.
People think I'm being catty by saying this. It's like there were 10 years when I couldn't stand my husband.
You do say that. You say 10 years.
And guess when it happened? When those kids were little, right?
Yeah.
Right, because you can be all great individually when you're just married. You got your life, he's got his. You come together. It's all ooh, good to see you. Bye. Take it easy. And then you have kids.
Not take it easy.
Take it easy. You're traveling. That's great. Good. I get to hang out and watch the TV I want to watch.
Right.
But the minute we had kids, it was like, where are you going? And how far? And you start measuring. It's like, how many diapers did you change? And oh, you're golfing?
Michelle got incredibly real about the day-to-day frustrations too. She admitted to keeping score of everything, counting how many diapers each of them changed, tracking Barack's gym time, even noting how often he managed to squeeze in a round of golf. She flat out acknowledged there was a major imbalance in their marriage, with her making most of the sacrifices. This revelation sparked a huge debate online, with some people suggesting Michelle was basically telling women they should stay in unhappy marriages. And when you look back at what she wrote in her memoir, Becoming, you can see these sacrifices weren't small ones. When Barack's presidential campaign went into high gear after 2008, she had to give up her position at the University of Chicago Medical Center. As she put it had been painful to step away from my work, but there was no choice. My family needed me, and that mattered more. And let's not forget about the other sacrifices she made, like straightening her natural hair instead of wearing it in braids just so mainstream America could adjust to having a black family in the White House. I mean, the things this woman had to give up. Barack's been pretty open about their marriage struggles too. He's admitted that from day one, Michelle wanted nothing to do with the messy world of politics or the constant public exposure. When he decided to run for Senate, she straight up told him, "Don't expect me to do any campaigning. You shouldn't even count on my vote." Talk about being direct. There's this incredible story about when Barack decided to run for president. He apparently sat down with Michelle to discuss it, but plot twist, he'd already started laying the groundwork. According to Barack, Michelle gave him this look and said, "God, Barack, when is it going to be enough?" Then she just got up, went to their bedroom, and closed the door. The drama. Even after they made it to the White House, things weren't exactly smooth sailing. Barack has talked about this underlying tension and loneliness because Michelle was so determined to do everything perfectly, and that really worried him.
Today, I actually get a knock on my hotel room door in Gurnee, Illinois, only to find Barack Obama standing in front of it. He had actually come back for seconds. I performed him in the hotel room at the Comfort Inn and Suites in Gurnee, Illinois.
And now, adding another layer to this already complex situation, that Sinclair person is back in the conversation. And here's what's really interesting. In 20 whole years, they've never once changed their story. Not a single detail. Make of that what you will. The latest insider scoop is that Michelle is absolutely livid about all these stories making the rounds. And honestly, can you blame her? Sources say she's in complete disbelief that she's having to deal with all this drama. But now, I'm dying to hear what you think about all of this. Could there actually be something going on between Barack and Jennifer? Or is this whole affair story just a clever distraction to keep people from talking about Barack's sexuality? Are the Obamas hiding something even bigger that we haven't figured out yet? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because this tea is piping hot and we need to discuss. And let me tell you something. This story is far from over. The plot keeps thickening, new details keep emerging, and I'll be right here to keep you updated on every single twist and turn in this absolutely wild saga. Stay tuned, because something tells me we haven't heard the last of this drama yet.